Chazal tell us the schus noshim tzedkonios niglo avsin mitzroyim, and the merit of the righteous women, our avos, our forefathers, were redeemed from Egypt. What exactly was the schus of the noshim tzedkonios? What did they have which the men did not have? So Chazal tell us that the men, due to the difficult, overwhelming bondage, they despaired from Gula. They believed they were never going to leave Egypt. The women, they had emunah, they had faith, they believed it's going to happen. And what did they do? Because they believed it was going to happen, the men had lost interest in procreating. They said, to have children, that our children remain slaves forever, it has no value. The women said, no, we're going to have families, and ultimately we're leaving Egypt. We're leaving the bondage. We're going to Sinai, to Mekabel Torah. And the women, they would entice their husbands, and this is b'schus noshim tzedkonis nigel avsin mitzroyim. And the merit of that emunah, what that emunah brought to, and that merit, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Egypt. However, there's a question which is asked by Rabbi Bachya, and the Maral of Prague speaks about it. There was no more special family than the family of Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Bonov, David Melch refers to his children as Shiftei Koh, the tribes of God. But yet, HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not give Torah to Yaakov and his family. Yaakov, although he was Yaakov Ishtam Yoshiv Aholim, he's quantified as the man of the tent of Torah, but it was, his involvement was Ein Mitzuva Oseh. He was not obligated. He was still, his classification was a Ben Noach, he was a Noahide. He was not a Yisrael. So if this is the case, why did he wait only till later to give it? Why wasn't Yaakov sufficiently qualified to receive the Torah? So Chazal tell us, Rabbi Bachya cites this, that the Torah had to be given within a context of 600,000 males above the age of 20. Until we reach that critical mass of number, the Torah cannot be given to Klal Yisrael. Maral of Prague explains why that number, specifically that number. But that was the critical mass that had to be. We read in last week's Parsha that the women donated to the Mishkan, the men donated to the Mishkan, the materials that were needed to build the Mishkan. But there's something separately discussed. It's referred to as the Maris Hatzovos. The women, they donated the copper mirrors to make the Kior. And initially, Moshe Rabbeinu, he rejected it. He said the paraphernalia of the Yetzer Hara, of the evil inclination that a woman uses to entice men, that should be included in the Mishkan. He rejected it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, no, you're wrong. This is Chaviv Od Le'mi Kulam. This is more beloved to me than all of them. Because if not for those mirrors, there wouldn't be a Klal Yisrael. The women, they would go out to the fields and they would look together in the mirror with their husbands, and the women would entice their husbands. The husbands would be overwhelmed and they would procreate in the fields. And that's why they're referred to as Maros Hatzovos. The mirrors which brought about the Tzvoi Hashem, the multitudes, the legions of Jews left Egypt, came about because of those mirrors. There wouldn't have been a Klal Yisrael if not for those mirrors. But even more than that, as we're explaining, there had to be the critical mass number of 600,000. If there wouldn't have been 600,000, we wouldn't have gone to Sinai. The objective of creation is Kabbalas Torah. B'shul Yisrael Shnikas Reishis, B'shul Torah Shnikas Reishis. So who was the cause? And only due to their belief and their encouragement and their conviction is there a Klal Yisrael, only because of the women. And because of the women, we were able to achieve that number that we should merit to stand at Sinai to say Naseh v'Nishma.